All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh. We've got a lot to talk about, but if you need a roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting. They're the best in the business. That's why they're #1 in Pittsburgh. 1-800-NEW-ROOF is their number. Give us a call right now on the Borders and Borders hotline, 412-575-2600. A couple lines open right now. Before we get to those phone calls, I do want to talk about the NFL officiating, which has been absolutely horrendous the entire year, awful today. Some bad calls or some bad no calls, and we'll show you some of those coming up on KDKA-TV tonight at 11 o'clock. I think we'll be going on a little bit late, maybe more like 11:30, but the one pass interference that should have been called at the end of the game might have really changed things around in the NFC Championship game. There was a no call. It was clearly pass interference. It wasn't called. I do like the fact that maybe the officials are letting these guys play, but they didn't do that in the Steelers game against Joe Hayden. If you're going to let them play at the end of the game, then you threw a pass interference where there wasn't a pass interference late in that game, and you didn't throw one in this game. And the officiating was kind of sketchy in that Patriots-Chiefs game. Just one bad call after another. They have to do something about NFL officiating. These guys got to be full-time, or you got to add more replays. I know replays are slowing it down, but more things that you can challenge. Because right now you should be able to challenge pass interference. You should be able to challenge certain things, and it's just getting out of hand. It's ridiculous, the NFL officiating. And I know everyone's critical now, and everyone has a medium to talk about this on social media. But there were just some really, really bad calls today, and calls that they missed. And so I mean, I don't know if full-time officiating solves it. Or there's got to be, they got to get into a room and figure it out, because I think it's making fans turn it off. Really, I do. All right, back out to before we get out to the phone lines, Cal Hammer just tweeted me a great tweet, and I totally forgot about it until you reminded me. But how about mentioning the two cities are in the Super Bowl that were in the World Series? That's a really good stat there, with Boston and Los Angeles both being in the Super Bowl. And I would imagine that this is the Super Bowl matchup that the NFL would want, because it's the two biggest cities out of the four, and you clearly want the top markets if you're going to market the Super Bowl. So I would have liked to have seen the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, but I thought the Patriots were going to win. Out to the phone lines, and let's go out to Elvis out in Verona. What's up, Elvis?
Hey, Richie. Thanks for taking my call. I love the show.
Hey, thanks a lot. I love the pizza in Verona. Della Cella's is the best pizza I think ever made anywhere on this entire planet Earth.
That's all they sell, too. No delivery either.
I know.
Unbelievable. I just want to thank you and give you credit, Richie, for having the nerve to be in Pittsburgh and give Brady the recognition that he truly deserves. And the team, I mean, they have the greatest coaches. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. And in Pittsburgh, there's just so much jealousy, it seems. And
I really think that, yeah, you're right. That's the case. I think there's a lot of jealousy with fans. You know, I'm even jealous that I don't get to cover a team like that, but we do with the Penguins. The Penguins are like the Patriots of the NHL, and Washington was the Steelers. Yeah, you always think the Steelers have the better team. They have the better talent, it seems like. But the Patriots find ways to win. They're in a division that's easier to win, I think. But you can't take anything away from Tom Brady and the coaches. I think Tom Brady, no doubt, is the greatest quarterback that ever played. And you can argue that he might be the greatest football player. I think he is. He's at the top of my list right now for what he's been able to do.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter. The talent with the running backs, the receivers, they just keep coming, and
yeah,
they don't have other superstars. And
why I think Tom Brady is the greatest, because he doesn't have the talent around him that Ben Roethlisberger does. I mean, look who's running the ball for them. I mean, I know Sony Michel he's going to be coming on, but you're right, Burkhead, his receivers, he doesn't have all-pro receivers like Antonio Brown. He does have Gronkowski, but they've won with mediocre defenses. They just find ways to win. And
no distractions also.
And no distractions. People stay off social media, and I think that's a big thing. They really have a hold on that locker room. Are they doing it right? Obviously, because they keep winning. So
absolutely. Thank you, Richie. Have a great night.
No problem. You too. All right, let's go out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Mike out in Charleroi. What's up, Mike? How you doing?
Hey, Richie. Thank you for taking my call.
No problem.
I'm really fired up.
Me too.
I've been a season ticket holder for the Steelers for 47 years. I have 6 seats.
Okay.
I'm not sure if 48's going to come around.
Why not?
The National Football League, I think it should be the National Fake League. It's more like the WWF. I think these games are predetermined. The Vegas wanted that matchup. The sponsors, they all want the matchup. The network wants the matchup. They got it. That call, New Orleans, the win against New Orleans, definitely was pass interference. You touched on that in your introduction, but also had the helmet-to-helmet on that hit. And that play where the muff punt for the Patriots, the announcers, they were talking about thumbs and thumbs and thumbs.
Yeah.
If you look,
I thought it touched him. I thought it touched him, and the fact that they overturned it.
A left-hand index finger was on that ball. There's so many calls in the pass interference also, the ghost pass interference that the Patriots got. This is just unbelievable, and I'm just about fed up with the whole thing, and these sentiments are shared by many.
Well, okay, Mike, I appreciate the call, but I don't buy into that the NFL that they're determining who wins. This is predetermined. I do not agree with that one bit. You know, maybe officials are making calls that obviously they're not the good call, the right calls, but maybe they're thinking about you know, obviously you're going to make calls when you got Tom Brady. You're gonna protect him more, or you know, help him out more. You would maybe they do that. I don't know, but it's bad. And the one play that you brought up about the muff punt and then them overturning that, I didn't see any clear evidence. I cannot believe that they said he didn't touch it. It looked like it skimmed over his thumb. At least it was inconclusive in my eyes. And the fact that they overturned it and gave the Patriots the ball back, I thought was kind of ridiculous. But you know what? Here at the end, the Chiefs tied it up. It was a new football game, and Brady converted a bunch of third downs and won the game. That's just plain and simple. The refs didn't do anything there to help him. So I think the refs are horrible. I think it's ruining the game. It's ruining the NFL. I'd like to see him, you know, play a little more loose out there. And I would like to, I know they want to try to get it right, but I think they're trying too hard to get it right. The NFL is. These replays, it just takes so long and takes so momentum out of the game. And I understand the frustration from fans because I think we feel it as well. All right, more of your phone calls, some of your tweets coming up next. Stay right there on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.